I don't remember exactly where I was, but I remember Direk Paul asking me if he could call. So, and he did, and he told me that we got into Tokyo International Film Fest. So obviously I was very excited. It's both not their first time to go to the Tokyo International Film Fest, but it's my first time to have a movie competing in the main competition. So it's definitely a big deal for me. I feel like this is a milestone for me. So I'm very happy, and I feel like parang the timing also is just right. And I'm very happy that the movie that got me into the main competition is MAÑANITA, because this is something very new to me.
Thank you, Bella.
Yeah, well, me naman, of course, we, together with Viva, we were talking about the plans for MAñANITA, and the intention for MAñANITA talaga was to go film festivals first, right? But of course, that's never guaranteed, diba? So we shot the film actually very early part of this year. For about a month, we locked in, we shot, and then around July we started submitting to the festivals, and we started hearing back, and eventually we got an email from Tokyo. They told me about just a good month ago, right, that they considered us for a shortlist muna. So shortlist muna, you guys have been shortlisted for the main competition. FYI, let us know if there's any developments before the Tokyo, right? So I said, well, so far nothing. Then eventually, about a week later, I got another email saying that we've been selected to be in the main competition of Tokyo. So obviously, I was just at home actually, and so that was great news. It's my first time as a director to be in a main competition of a big festival like Tokyo. So I'm really, really excited to experience this end of October. Yeah, immediately that after I got the email, I texted Bella if she could call, and she replied, and we talked, and then I told the rest of the team, and then finally I think Tokyo announced end of September, so we could finally share the news, and we're here now to kind of share the good news to all of you guys, and excited to do our world premiere in Tokyo.
Yes, go ahead.
Hi, Direk. Paano po muna nagsimula yung concept ng pelikula and your collaboration with Direk Lav for the screenplay?
Yeah, awesome. Good question, Mel. As you all know, I produced Lav's Hele, a lullaby to the Soriano film industry, Hele sa Hiwaking Hapis, about 2015. I got to know Lav about 2013, and then kind of, shadowed him for a bit. I just wanted to kind of see why Lav is such a rock star, right? Or why he's such an icon, no? And on tour, diba? So we kind of had that kind of teacher-student mentorship for a couple of years, and then we were shooting Hele. Of course, as we were shooting, we would always have nights we would be creative, and I told him this concept that I heard about MAñANITA. He instantly liked it. He told me, he goes, I'll help you. You want me to help you? So I was like, sige, you want to write something? And he goes, sige, I'll write something.
Story concept mo, Direk.
Story, it's a story that I approached him, and then eventually we collaborated. He also brought in some ideas. And then about a week later, he sent me an outline. And about a month later, he wrote the screenplay. And between us, it's something I know Bella definitely knows this, but without the translation, the script's only about 8 pages long. It's about 8 to 9 pages long. So, in terms of the style of MAñANITA, I guess in the sense of the term, it is on the art house side. For me personally, as a director, I'm also a big fan of something called transcendental style in filmmaking. Right? And that's kind of what I studied and brought into this film, where it's very quiet, it's very visually driven, very musically driven. I think in the 35th minute, that's the only time you hear Bella speak. So it's really a journey. It's really an immersive, a film that will allow you also to meditate, I think. And of course, we hope you all enjoy that journey. So it's kind of that, for me personally as a director, I came from Siargao and First Love, in the terms of the industry, mainstream films, I just really need to do something very personal, very me. And I'm thankful when I approached Viva that Viva actually, my collaboration with Viva was great because they gave me creative freedom. And when I approached Bella, actually, and I don't know if Bella knows this, but Bella's the first actress that said yes to me without a script. I think I just pitched this to her. We were having, I think, tea or coffee in one of these hotels, and then I said, Bella, I have this project, MAÑANITA. Wala pang what, 1 minute? And she goes, direct game, I'll do it. You serious?
I was pitching a story to you.
Yeah, she was actually pitching a story to me, and then I said, wait, I have something, I'm cooking something with Lav, and I pitched it to her, and she said, direct game, I'll do it. And she did it. And so, that awesome for me to receive that trust from her, and I'm thankful that we're able now to premiere in Tokyo. So at least, kahit paano, yung trust niya, medyo validated ng content. So that's kind of how it all started.
Running time ng movie, Direk?
It's 2.5 hours. So it's let's put it this way, a very, like I said, studying under Lav for all those years, definitely he's got his own style. So I learned that. And then I also studied Transcendental Style, which is actually authored by Paul Schrader, who's an American filmmaker, First Reform, Taxi Driver, all those films. So. And then I kind of made it my own. Of course, as a filmmaker, you always want to put your voice in the kind of styles that you learn. So hopefully when you guys see it, when you guys see the film, you will see the homages, you will see the similarities, but you'll also see where I put my voice in. Right? Like I said, when Lav wrote the script, it was about 8 pages long. So it was my job as a director to translate that into a feature. Right? So very visual, very musically driven. The music that you hear actually was playing here was handpicked because the music also helps tell the story. And just a very character-centered film on Idelberta, Bella's character, as she seeks for revenge.
Kasi Bella naman, ang role is sniper.
Yes. First time I'm playing this kind of character.
Kamusta yung journey mo dun sa
Again, it started with pitching. I was pitching a concept to Direk and his team. And ibang pelikula that I wanted to write, and I started writing. So, his whole team was there, and then Direk Paul says, meron akong concept, baka gusto mong itry. And then he told me about it, and I was so interested, because at that time, I was doing Sino Ang May Sala. So, actually, while we were filming this, I would be with Sino Ang May Sala, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But TTHS, I would be with MAñANITA. And it was such a good break for me kasi di ba pag soap, ang dami mong sinasabi or ang daming lines and lahat ina-explain mo sa audience. Dito naman sobrang baliktad. Hindi ako nagsasalita. So it was such a good creative release for me, and I'm very thankful that I was chosen to do this movie. Because I feel like we need more of these kinds of films also. Parang I feel like when we release movies now, especially sa mainstream, I always read comments or I always hear the comment na parang it's all the same or parang it's such a formula film. Well, this movie it went against all the formulas. So it's a first time for me to do something like this with no syempre iba yung meron kang ka-eksena na parang love story or meron kang ka-love team, like you feel safe because may sumasalo. Here, I had to rely and trust completely on the MAñANITA team because I had to do most of the scenes alone. So, sila yung ka-eksena ko pero behind the scenes sila. So, it was such a refreshing experience for me. Also, the preparations beforehand, syempre we had to fit for prosthetics, we had to change my look, we had a series of script readings, we even did rehearsals. That's the first time for me. I've never shot a movie where I had to rehearse scenes first, and I like that. Kasi at least pagdating mo sa set, you already know what their expectations are from you. So it's a new experience for me, and I loved every part of it. Physically, as you saw from the trailer, my prosthetics ako on the left side of my face. I also had to look the part of a sniper shooter na babad sa araw, maghapon. So, we tried to achieve that look as much as possible, and I feel like we pulled it off. May mga moment ako sa tent na pag napapatingin ako sa salamin, parang nagugulat ako may ibang tao sa tent, pero ako rin pala. So, yun. Pag 4 a.m. yung call time, medyo nasashock ako may ibang tao sa tent, pero ako rin pala yun. So, yun. Yun po.
Direk, why the title MAñANITA?
Well, MAñANITA as you know, the actual definition is to serenade, diba? I think, especially in Mindanao, I also have, coming from Siargao, no, I have a resort there. At 12 midnight, there's always a mañanita for the birthday celebrant. So, when you watch the film, I don't want to give it away, right? But it's, again, it's musically driven. The film has a lot of music. Soundtrack from Asin, Freddie Aguilar, Joey Ayala, a lot of OPM, original Filipino music, that when you listen to the lyrics, it's also talking and speaking to you. No? That's why if you notice, I also subtitled the music, because I want you to read the lyrics and actually watch the film. But you'll realize at the end of the film why we called it Mañanita, besides it being a film about music, about the lyrics of the songs. So I guess, abangan nyo lang. December 4, it will be showing in the Philippines on December 4 after Tokyo. It's not the one spoiling the film. I mean, or giving it away. But the film and the concept of Mañanita was actually inspired by a true story. Personally, 2016, I was watching the news, and there was a feature in this news article about these cops, these police cops in Davao area. And what they would do in this time and in this world of the so-called drug war. Okay? So, alam na ni Manay FL, there is this group called the MAñanita Cops, no? Na what they would do, because they don't agree with violence, they don't want to kill drug suspects, or they want to give, I guess, due diligence, right? What they would do is they would sing songs outside the house of these drug users or these drug dealers. So it was called Mañanita. So it was very successful, especially in Davao del Norte, where you had these cops. They would get a tip, man, and there's drug activity there. And so instead of going in with guns, they go in with guitars. And they sing songs of peace. Yeah, so I guess it's kind of coming to life, right? And true enough, more than less, a lot of them would surrender to the cops after singing. And as I did research, I actually went to Davao twice during the research of this film. I asked some of the drug users who got caught, I said, why did you surrender to these Mañanita cops? It was because when they started singing to us, the songs touched our soul. Because they were also high. Alam namin din, no? I mean, it's not a secret that a lot of music and drugs that goes together. I mean, let's be honest. So, the brilliance of this police force, instead of going in with guns, what they said is, let's sing to them. Baka sakalin. Of course, some cases didn't go away. They have naman guns as backup. But so when I saw that on the news, I said, what an interesting concept, where you have, so much violence, but there's actually a police force in Davao actually promoting peace. There is some violence going on, but they come in with peace, and I think that's also one of the solutions or ways to maybe find and live in a better world. So that's kind of where the idea really came from, and then I kind of talked to Lav, and eventually we created now fiction around a true story. And going back to what Bela was saying, also for her to get into the role of being a sniper, of course we did rehearsals with the army. We got to talk to people who were actual snipers. So yeah, and it all kind of tied together. So you know about it, I guess.
This team is very bad.
Yeah, thank you. So if I were to sum it up, everyone has always had their kind of film or their say on the drug war. So this is kind of my take on it. But it's also a non-violent drug war film because we promote peace. If there is violence, I think you fight back with peace. There's also a line there, I don't know if you heard it in the trailer, and it's something also, it's kind of the thesis or the statement that I'm trying to make also with the film is that we need to also learn to listen to ourselves, right? Because in nature, I would like to think that we're all peaceful people, right? But because of just the noise that's going on around the world, when I say noise, what do I mean? There's social media, television, the manipulation is so strong that you forget to listen to what you truly believe in. You end up just going with what the latest trend is. So in Dilberta's journey, she's starting to listen to herself. And how do you do that? You have to kind of block away all this noise that's coming in.
and listen to yourself and listen to your soul. So, parang gano'n din. May konting statement ko din ng Mañanita. It was written talaga Manay as a female sniper na character-driven. She's on a journey to seek revenge. She was honorably discharged from the army because of her. She's also a burn victim. So her burns in her side of her face were affecting her performance, and you'll also realize why she was burned later on in the film as well. So it was really written Manay for female character and really perfect. I'm really happy when Bella said yes.
Thank you, Manay.
The Philippines, so I didn't want to let them down. So I did train. The team of Mañanita, Direk Paul personally accompanied me when I trained. So I can now assemble a rifle in a minute. It's gonna be one of my hidden talents forever now. No, but I did have to train tamang form, different guns. Even if we were only gonna use one gun, one type of gun in the film, they helped me learn how to use different kinds of gun para realistic yung kickback ng gun. In fact, when we shot the very first scene in the movie, as we know, snipers sometimes have to hold the same position for several hours, and that actually happened kasi instead of standing up from where I was, and you saw it in the trailer, yung puro bato and puro grass. Instead of standing up, kada magpapalit ng lente, nagsistay na ako. Tapos nung binilang ko, parang nakaka 8 hours na ako nakahiga dito. Sobrang sakit na ng likod ko. But I had the gun, and I asked Direk Paul, can I try to shoot a couple of rounds before we start filming? Kasi I wanted to feel the kickback of the gun before we shot. Kasi in the first scene, I had to aim 4 targets. So, in one shot, sana like in one continuous shot of the camera. So, I wanted to do it perfectly. Kasi as I learned from training, we don't have female sniper shooters in the Philippines. So if I was gonna play the first ever female sniper shooter, I wanted to do it right. So yes, we did train for it, and even on set, we had professionals to keep me in check. Like yung gun, tama ba yung pag-assemble? So lagi silang nandun. So,
Bullseye ka ba? Nakaka-bullseye ka?
in fairness, ang ganda ng shots ko when we trained. Maraming bullseye. So, ...
So after the film ba, are you planning to
Sampulang katawan.
to do yung being gun or
Sorry, maybe I should
wala talaga?
wala. Actually, no. I'm a very non-violent person. So as much as I'm sure there are pros to the cons of having a gun, I don't think I will ever support or own one. I'm happy to play the role, but in real life, as Bella, I don't think I ever will.
To Direk, sabi niyo first time to na maging part to ng Tokyo. May mga try na ba kayo before na ipasa? Kaso parang hindi nakapas at ito lang yung nakapasa, parang gano'n.
In films in the past, definitely, yeah. I mean, with film festivals, you really can't make a film and say it's gonna premiere in this film festival. It's you submit and you just parang hope for the best. No? So yeah, there's been many rejections and parang we didn't get it, diba? Sayang. So with Mañanita, I'm thankful that we were able to get a big festival like Tokyo to say yes and to put us in the main competition as well. I think I was told that out of the 1,000 plus films, they chose 14 lang to be part of the main competition. So that was quite, and I think in Asia there's only 2. There's like Philippines and China, yeah, and then the other 12 are I think international films. So I read an article about that. So that's pretty cool. So it's also at the same time representing the country, that comes into play, and we're really excited. I'm looking forward. Like I said, we've been to Tokyo before, but not in the main competition. So this is
Different category.
it's a different section. No? So this is in the main. So yeah, they have actually a lot of activities lined up for us now. They're asking us to be there for like more than a week. So it's exciting.
Are you going to attend? Also Bella?
Yeah, we're both going.
What's your film before sa Tokyo?
I was with the team of I America, but we were in the New Wave competition.
Are you aiming for a best actress?
I don't even know if I'm I think also, kasi yun nga, we can't predict what movie is gonna make it to these festivals.
I mean, when you think about it, every year naman, ang daming magagandang Filipino movies na lumalabas. Pero, nag-ipapalit din kasi yung jury ng mga competition. So, they always look for something different every year. So, if Mañanita makes it this year, we don't know if next year ito yung hinahanap nila. So, every year, iba-iba naman din yung hinahanap. But, I guess we're very blessed na this year pumasok kami sa flavor na gusto ng Tokyo International Film Fest. And I'm very excited because the head of the Tokyo International Film Fest this year is one of my favorite actresses, Zhang Zi. So I feel like it's a good opportunity for us to even just be there. So yeah.
Direk, we're just curious kung may part ba ng action to? Kasi parang she is a sniper or more on parang right after yung kanyang sniper.
Well, yeah. So
journey.
I mean, when you say sniper, it's quiet kind of action. Because they're not really when you say Marines or you say the Air Force, no, not talagang action pack. This is actually really, I would say, a quiet action film. May suspense, may drama. And yeah, so I think in December 4, we're showing the Philippines. Hopefully you guys can experience that.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alan. Who else would like to ask?
As you can see today, tinry ko magmukha ng Edelberta. But no, for the red carpet in Tokyo, of course I picked a Filipino designer. Ayoko muna i-reveal. Tignan muna natin pag nag-first fitting ako. But I'm very excited because even the choices of clothes na pang everyday, because it's not just one event, marami events. I tried to stick as much as possible to local designers. So, syempre we're representing a country here, so I wanna showcase as much as we can.
Mga ilang damit siya?
Marami po itong events. I remember when I went a couple of years ago, parang every night may event kang kailangan puntahan. There's gonna be a press con, like a screening of the movie, like the actual premiere. And then of course red carpet, and then may mga days na you have to be with the filmmakers. So marami po siyang
Iba-iba yung designers or isa lang?
Yes, iba-ibahin po natin.
Thank you.
Thank you. And last question na lang po tayo. Yes, go
I
ahead.
have 3 questions regarding this. Ano yung connection ng Mañanita Cup doon sa pagiging sniper ni Bela? And then yung second question sa ano daw yung kung nakakita na raw ba o nakamit na si Bela ng totoong Mañanita Cup? And the third question is yung may connection ba to or may kumuha ba kayo ng idea dun sa series ng Netflix na Sniper?
No, we didn't. We the films, going with your third question first, the films that I really studied for this film weren't really sniper films. It was more on just the style. I talked about transcendental style, so I watched films like First Reform, of course a lot of Lav's work. So I was just more on the style. In terms of sniper film, if there's a sniper film I asked Bella to watch, was American Sniper by Clint Eastwood. That was actually pretty good film as well. In terms of the Mañanita Cups, no, they were actually in Davao, so we didn't get to bring them to the set or anything like that. So although I know today medyo na hold yung operations nila. So it's not anywhere as active as it was maybe 2 years ago. And then your first question was you remind me again, sorry.
Connection ng Mañanita Cup sa pagiging
Sniper. Well, like I said, the concept came from the Mañanita Cups. The Sniper, we just created that. So because I didn't want to write a film about the Mañanita Cups, so I kind of created a fictional character, which we did the research. In existence. Yeah, they're around today. I know that they're not doing the Mañanita anymore. It was stopped. But they're still around. I'm still very in touch. I'm in touch with the chief. Sa Davao, I was in Davao del Norte. Yeah. So if you look in my IG, actually, I posted I think 2 years ago my research with them.
Saan kayo nag-shoot?
We shot here. We shot around here. only to, of course, you know, when it comes to budget and stuff like that. We considered here lang. But outside, out of town though, out of town.
All reaction na, good idea na ginamit yung source of Freddy Aguilar kasi yung yun, sila pa yung studio.
Is he? Oh, wow. There we go. I didn't know that. I used Freddie Aguilar because talagang that's what the cops sang. And some of the Asin songs were sung by the cops. So that was kind of like also my homage to them by using the actual songs they sang during the operations in the film. So that had a lot to do with my selection process with the song.
Alright.
Cool.
Thank you.